Hey everybody, Austin back again with the first episode in my new Let's Play Marathon series. And the focus of interest in this series is specifically the Sega Master System. Now I know I teased you guys about a week ago in my status update video, and but I didn't actually reveal the subject of the content, and lo and behold, it's going to be the Sega Master System for this month of July, everyone, 2014. Now, much like my Castlevania Let's Play Marathon of 2013, October 2013, pretty much for all this month, it's just going to be Master System Let's Play videos, and there's going to be a lot of them. I'm going to be covering a lot of games in this this series. Some of them I'm very familiar with, some of them I'm not very familiar with. So unlike the Castlevania Marathon, some of these videos are going to be a little... I'm not going to really be enjoying the game I'm playing. But in other cases, like Kenseiden, the first game in this series, I know it fairly well and I really enjoy this game, and I figured it would be a good one to start off with. So yeah, for all of July, stay tuned for Sega Master System Let's Play goodness, ranging from the arcade style games, to the light gun games, to platformers, to racing games, to no RPGs, because those are just way too long. But yeah, just a great variety of stuff from actual cartridges I own. And that is something else to keep in mind, is I'm only going to be covering games I actually own the cartridges for. I recently picked up a Master System console, a legitimate one, the 3D Glasses bundle, and I picked up a load of cartridges, so I'm going to be feeding just from that library. If you guys really enjoy this Let's Play Marathon, maybe next year I can do another Let's Play Marathon strictly coming from games from my Flash cartridge, games that are a little bit harder to find, like Ghouls and Ghosts and Ninja Gaiden and stuff like that. But definitely provide me some feedback below with how you feel. So yeah, Kenseiden is a game that is very much like another series that's pretty much near and dear to my heart. Many of you guys that have been following me for quite some time will sort of see why. But it's very much like the Castlevania series, and which I thought was a good way to sort of kick off this marathon. Kenseiden is a... Again, it's got elements from Castlevania. You know, it's a simple platformer for the most part. It's got a sort of horror theme element going on with it, and you know, you've got bosses and stuff like that. But it's also got this really cool sort of non-linear element, which wasn't really all that common back in the day when this game was available. And I'll sort of explain that and demonstrate that more as the game progresses. But Kenseiden's probably one of my favorite Master System games. Because of that variety, but it's also, you know, it's got some solid platforming and action and whatnot, and it's got really solid visuals, and yeah, fortunately for you guys that may be interested in this game after this Let's Play is over, Kenseiden is actually one of the cheaper, like, good games on the Master System. A complete copy actually recently cost me about 15 bucks on eBay after shipping, and that's eBay prices right there. That's going by eBay prices. So I mean, if you find one locally at a local game shop, or you know, if you stumble upon it at a thrift store or something like that, it'll probably be a lot cheaper. So a lot of Master System games have been sort of going up in price over the years, not to like NES levels, but a lot of the common good games like the Alex Kidd series are probably going to cost you 20 bucks a pop at least. Kenseiden, on the other hand, is sort of on the cheaper end of things, and it's a game that, you know, if you like what you see, I do highly recommend checking this one out. It's a really solid game. So, Kenseiden, or Kenseiden, I still don't know how to pronounce it, is it's sort of a side-scrolling action platformer. As I mentioned, you can go to sort of different levels in a non-linear fashion. But essentially the game plays like a lot of other platformers or action platformers do. You pretty much can move left, move right, you can duck, and you can actually just wiggle back and forth when you're ducking. In some games, when you duck, you actually, if you want to like turn the other direction, you have to get up, move over, and switch over. But in this game, you can actually just swipe back and forth really quick, which is nice. The game definitely gives you a lot of flexibility in that regard. And throughout the game, as you defeat bosses and so forth, you do get upgrades and power-ups and stuff like that. So you're going to be able to jump higher, you're going to be able to attack stronger, you're going to be able to do different attacks with your sword, which is really cool. So between that and the flexibility in your ducking, and you are pretty agile in this game as a result. When you first start, you feel a little slow. But the game is actually sort of designed around this general slow movement, which is good. It's not like they pile on loads of fast enemies that are way too fast for their own good. And that was stupid. That's never happened to me before. Let's try that again. Like, what the... Really? I just lost a life because of that. One of the problems with the Kenseiden, and I don't know if there's a code or something like that, but you get no continues in this game. Now, as you progress through the game, your chances of failure are much less because your health bar should be larger. You should have extra lives. Your attacks will be stronger. Things like that. But in the beginning, it could be a little tough, especially if you're rusty at the game or just don't know the game very well, which is sort of my scenario right now. I did actually play this game a few weeks back when I got it, and I hadn't played it in years, but I was able to beat it my first time without continuing, which I found to be really surprising because it's a game I've always had trouble with. But so we'll see what we can do in this Let's Play. I should be able to complete it, but as usual, I make no guarantees. So, basically, when you beat a boss in this game, they provide you with upgrades. And in this case, I've got the art of jumping high, and myself being thou, apparently. In the late 80s, a lot of times when they brought games over to be translated here, they always like to inject the word thou into it, which I thought was kind of funny. And I was surprised they did it for this game, considering it looks like it's based in Japan, so... But, alright. So, in pretty much every main level in this game that's not like a pass-through level, like a level that has a boss, usually it goes vertically, and when you come back down, this is the exit door here. When you start the level, the exit door is always closed, so basically what you have to do is get through to the boss and get through that exit door afterwards. But you cannot exit the level until you beat the level, at least levels in this sort of style. There are levels that are literally just pass-through levels, and you'll see that probably in the next level or two we play. And I'll sort of explain that once we get to it. But this level is a level that you have to actually go up, beat the boss, before you can complete. So that's actually a power-up right here. It allows us sort of rejuvenation, or not rejuvenation, but resurrection in a way when you die. So having this power-up is really good, especially at this boss here. This is probably going to be the biggest pain in the ass of all the bosses that we fight, because it's not quite so obvious how to deal damage on this boss we're going to fight, and you'll see what I mean once we get to him. And so we're going to go all the way up here, and actually we're all the way up on our last floor, our highest most floor, and this is an extra life right here. So I like to go and get this extra life first before I progress on, because again, this boss can be a pain, and that little icon that dude dropped actually refills our health, which was great, because, yeah. So now that I have, or thou, myself, has the art of jumping high, by holding up and jumping, you can actually jump a lot higher than your normal jump. This is my high jump right here. This is my regular jump. That's my regular jump right there. You can actually, you jump based on how long you hold the button. So if I wanted to, I can just tap my way along like this to do small jumps and small hops. But if you hold up and jump, with the jumping high power up, you can jump really high like that. But that's as high as you can jump normally right here. So I think we're going to get through this screen, and I think it's going to take us to the boss fight after this. This is sort of a tricky screen, though. You've got all these falling boulders, and you have to be careful about them. And this is where your jumping high sort of, you know, becomes quite helpful. Because if there's a boulder going on the, you know, the ground, you can actually jump really high to get over it. If you don't jump really high, it's a little bit harder to jump over the boulder without taking damage. Now, one thing you do have to be really careful about in this game is not falling down pits, because pits are instant death. And unfortunately, there's pretty much... there's a lot of knockback in this game. If you guys thought it was bad in, like, Castlevania... in Kenseiden, you don't necessarily let me beat this guy first before I explain it. Okay. Oh, man, I did it. That guy is such a pain. Basically what happens is he moves his legs in and out, and his back left leg, basically his left, he only takes damage when his back left knee is out in front. And if you don't attack him when his left knee is out in front, you don't hit him. And what I did the last time I got to him was I kept hitting him, but it wasn't registering a hit because his right knee was always out. And it's really weird, and that's how Kenseiden is, and the game definitely requires practice in that regard, or watching a YouTube video or something like that before you go into it. And that can get a little frustrating because you'll be whacking the guy. You're going to be like, I'm hitting him, but it's not dealing damage. And that boss in particular, like one smack with his club takes away like a third of your health. Like 3 hits and he pretty much kills you. It's tough. So thou have learned to slash with your sword. S-O-R-D. Wow. S-O-R-D. So this is a great attack right here though. By pressing up and attack, you can do this really quick slash. And it's, if I recall correctly, it's got a pretty large hitbox. And it even goes below you, so you can be standing and an enemy can be on a lower platform than you, but I think you can still hit them depending on how tall they are. Now this slash is extremely useful. It's probably the most useful attack in the game once you get it powered up. I think there's a way to get it powered up, essentially. I think there's actually a power-up you get where it basically says you can now crush skulls or break through helmets or something. And basically what it does is it doubles or triples the power of that overhead slash attack. Okay, so this level right here is sort of a bonus stage. You actually don't have to go to these levels. So if you're trying to speed run the game or make the game more challenging, you don't have to come here. Although these bonus levels are extremely challenging. And this is the first one, which I should be able to beat. But I am not going to be able to beat the second or third ones because I tried a few weeks back. And they require heavy memorization. And what I'm going to be doing is using this slash attack a lot. And let me demonstrate what happens. If you get touched once, it says thou art but a novice, and it shoots you back to the beginning. So you have to go through this whole bonus stage without taking a single hit. But you can try it as many times as you want. It takes away a little bit of health every time you get hit. So you do have to watch out for that. But a lot of times it'll actually grant you sort of a free health kit. Oh, what? That... Oh, I thought that was gonna just skim me, but it actually registered with my hitbox. We gotta do it again. So if you guys think this is bad, just wait till you see the second one. It's just ridiculously difficult. I want to say I have beaten all 3 in the past, but the last time I played this game, I was not able to get through all 3 of them. I was only able to get through the first one, I think. I think I ended up giving up on getting through the second one. I got close to finishing the second one, but it's so tough that I just thought it wasn't worth my time. So you've really got to watch out for the arrows, but I don't remember if they keep flinging the arrows out at me on this one or if it's just platforming. Yeah, it looks like it's just platforming on this one. Looks like it just completed it. So go through the door, and thou did very well. As reward, thou shalt be granted an increase in health. So my life bar was extended, and I want to say you can go and do it again, but I don't think it gives you any bonus. So we're not going to try that. So now, you know, like I said, the game's non-linear. You sort of have to backtrack your way through the game, but fortunately, one hit. That attack is really powerful. But basically, this is my exit right here, which is nice. I'm glad they do this. It means you don't have to play through the whole level all over again, which is great. And I want to say it is... Okay. Yeah, we haven't been here yet. So this is sort of one of those pass-through levels I was talking about. There's actually no boss or anything. And I want to say, if you do want to backtrack before this place, you do have to actually go back through this whole level. But it's not a very long level, so there's that. So, and I think that was actually probably a good design choice. It's good that make you go through some aspects of the game again. you know, just to make the game feel larger, like the world is larger. Okay, so there's basically two paths on this this level, and essentially what this path is, and I think I've basically already gotten it on a different stage, so it's not going to appear here. But basically, my revival item that I have up in the top right-hand corner of the screen would appear here if I didn't already have it. So that's why going to this section is good. And I did want to point out real quick, since we're at this level, is this little rock down here. I don't know about you guys, but it looks to me like it's an Alex Kidd head. Alex Kidd was sort of, in my opinion, he was like Sega's mascot for the Master System before they came up with Sonic the Hedgehog and basically never made an Alex Kidd game again. But, you know, you can see, like, sort of the red hair, and he's got, like, a gray face, and you can see sort of, like, eyeballs. I'm pretty sure it's Alex Kidd, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to make it out in the footage or not, but that's always what it's looked like to me, and I thought that was kind of funny. Sort of like an Easter egg in the game. So, you know, since we had this revival item already, technically we did not need to go here, but I wanted to show you guys that anyway. And look, there's the head again. We will be covering one Alex Kidd game in this Let's Play Marathon, but it might not be the one that you're probably thinking of, the most popular one. So, yeah, we're going to be passing through this stage. These pass-through levels generally aren't very long, so... And we're pretty much already at the exit for this one, as far as I'm aware. Just about. Almost there. Wow, that skeleton took a lot of damage. Or dealt a lot of damage. He took a lot of damage, too. Like this one will. One hit. So here we go, and I don't know which one to go to first. So we're going to go ahead and do this one up here first. Now, Kenseiden isn't that long of a game. Oh, it's the second bonus stage. But anyway, as I was saying, I'll go ahead and finish off on that tangent first before I go here, because this is really tough. Kenseiden isn't that long of a game. If you go through every level in the game, it'll probably take you about 35 minutes to complete straight through, which is a decent length. But if you want to rush through the game, I want to say you can beat the game in like 10 or 15 minutes. But this is not a speed run. So this is the second practice dojo thing. And this is where it starts to get really tough and really chaotic. There's going to be arrows flying at me pretty much the entire time, as far as I'm aware. And it is really freaking tough. Ah, got hit. We'll go ahead and try it one more time. Maybe two more times, depending. Just so I can show you how crazy these things get. And keep in mind, there's 3 of them in this game. And they get harder and harder as they progress through the game, as you get to them. Oh, what? My overhead slash has a really big hitbox, and that's what happened. I attacked, and it registered as a hit on me from the spikes. I don't think it was from the arrows, but the spike... pole things, whatever you want to call them. See, the hitbox on this thing is pretty solid. Well, apparently not that solid. Maybe it doesn't attack below you, because if it did, it would have hit that arrow, but it did not. But I can use my down attack like that, or ducking attack, which will connect with an arrow coming pretty much right at the ground. Just like that. And I want to say an arrow comes through here, yeah. Oh, just like that. See, it gets very, very tricky. And basically what would have happened is the arrows would have come through. I would have ducked, attacked the arrows, but then got hit by the spike poles above. So it's just... it's memorization. The only reason I know where these things are sort of coming from is that I forgot about that one. I have to jump over it. See, it's a total memorization game, and we're not going to go through it again because I'm going to be sitting here for the rest of the video if I keep attempting it. Let's go down this way first before we go up. And I want to say the last time I played this game, I don't think I played through every single stage. And you don't have to, which is cool. But by playing through every stage, you have a greater advantage than by not, because you'll get more power-ups, your health should be raised. Granted, it does get more challenging, and I'm really not a fan of these levels with pits in them, because, you know, there's great chances of you getting hit and pretty much falling down a pit and losing a life. And losing a life is bad in this game because you don't have continues as far as I'm aware, unless there's a code I don't know about. Oh great, so I think this is the third trial stage, so watch this. Thou must practice here and get utterly destroyed like you did last time. Really? How am I supposed to dodge that? Let's try it one more time. So this is the third one, I believe, and this is more challenging than the last one we were at. I will take that. God damn it, man. Yeah, so these practice stages are just ridiculous, and you know, you get the benefit of raising your life to its fullest, which is great, but I don't have the patience for that right now. Okay, so these are levels where you're pretty much just like inside a house in a way, or a dojo type place, and you just keep going to the right. These aren't usually that complicated. They have multiple rooms and things like that, but you don't really have to go in them. You can just skip all the rooms if you want to. I usually go in them just to see if there are any power-ups or anything like that, like the health I got in the last one, or maybe if there are extra lives or something. Oops. Should be using this overhead slash for these big enemies because it's just so much more powerful. And as you can see, the hitbox is pretty solid when above you. It looks like you can hit enemies higher than you with it, but not below you. Which is odd because this attack doesn't even look like it should touch the ground. But this one does. But this attack's hitbox actually touches the ground. This one doesn't, which is odd. I guess they weren't really thinking about that when they were making this game. Let's go in here. Yep, here's an item. I want to say these swords you pick up, they allow you to deal extra damage. And the way I think that's the case is because earlier on in the game, there were some of these enemies that popped up from out of the ground. And when I first started the game, they took 2 hits. But when I got to the second level, I picked up one of those swords, and then those same enemies started to take 1 hit. So I want to say those swords you pick up actually allow you to deal extra damage. So it looks like this boss... I don't think I played this level last time, because I don't remember this boss. So it's actually kind of good we're here, because there's probably going to be a power-up I didn't get the last time I played through the game. Thou can now kill by stealth. I don't really understand what that means, but okay. Oh, nice. Oh, you can attack backwards. Oh, okay, I did not have this last time I played the game. That would probably be useful for the bonus stages. Yeah, you can attack backwards now. So it'll probably attack forward and backwards. Nice. That's actually really good. And I did not get that last time I played this game. So I think we went down first. I'm going to go my way back up. Yeah, this will be another boss. And this is probably where I get like the helmet smash one, or either that or I get the... There's one where you can just keep swinging your sword back and forth. Like a bumbling idiot in a way. But you can pretty much just keep running and attacking at the same time, which is really cool. And you guys will see what I mean once I get that power up, which should be... It's either going to be this level or the next level. I'm not sure which. And I've just got to be really careful because one hit from these enemies will send you flying backwards and down one of these holes. And, which is not good. I have 3 lives though, which is good, but I'm not doing quite as well as I hoped because I did die on that very first level pretty much completely by accident. But I think we are close to the boss already. Again, these levels aren't that long. Here's another sword power-up, which is nice. Whoa, big head flying from the ceiling. I mean, I really like how the game just doesn't drag on like some other games do. Looks like these levels are getting a tad bit longer, but even a tad bit longer really isn't that long in the grand scheme of things when you compare it to some other platformers. A lot of these rooms are kind of getting samey. It's the same stairs and whatnot, but for the most part, it's not too bad at all. Okay, so this attack pretty much just replaces your old downwards attack. Or ground attack, sorry. Ducking ground attack. Which is cool. Got it. So what does this one give us? Thou canst now smash the helmet of foe. So, okay, this is the one where this attack basically becomes more powerful. And you can also use it in the air now. So, just like that, wow. Killed that dude in 1 hit. Before he was taking 2 or 3 hits. I think this is where we need to go. And if this is a boss one... I don't think this is a boss one. We're probably just going to cut straight through this level. Hey, these dudes are coming out fast. Oh, he dropped a health thing, but it's in the wood. I can't grab it. So you can jump on these tree branches. Nothing really special happens. You can just travel along the ground. There's really no threat by sitting in this dirt here. When I first played this game, I thought it was like quicksand, and then I was like, I'm not sinking. Nope, not sinking. Nope, you just go slower. That's it. So it doesn't really hurt you that much. Let's go down. Let's go down first. So we basically only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels to go, and we've basically beaten the game. So this is another one of those levels where the exit's on the bottom, and we have to go up and to the right. So this is especially a level where your high jump comes in handy because of these damn boulders that keep coming down. Whoa, and big freaking heads that keep coming down. Ah, and freaking boulders. And freaking heads. Freaking heads. And I don't remember which one I was supposed to go to. So, okay. This is a good one to go to. Because it has an extra life. So, there we go. I don't feel so bad now if I die. Which I might. Well, no, I'm not. Unless I fall down a pit. Because I've got the... God damn it. Right as I said that. And of course it spawns me here. Oh look, it still let me keep my revival thing, which was cool. Okay. Oh, come on, dude, really? Oh, that shouldn't have hit me. Shit, so I just wasted a life to get one. Oh, these boulders suck. The boulders are probably my least favorite enemies in the game. Ugh. Not really enemies, so to say, but you know what I mean. Objects that can hurt you. What a pain. That was just a total waste. I mean, I got my life back, but that wasn't really worth it. So that's definitely something to note if you get to this level, if you ever played this game. Okay, so it looks like I'm confused. Oh, okay. That's right. So it looks like we've got multiple paths through some of these stages. I thought it was only going to be that one side path that had that extra life. So we've got another side path down here that has health, which in some cases is even better than an extra life, because if you have full health, you really don't need that extra life unless there's a lot of pits nearby. You know, that pretty much equate to instant death. Ah, that was close. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. Ah. Screw these boulders. Really? Like, I almost don't even want to go down here now. Oh, jeez, man. Don't tell me I'm going to get a game over at this, because if I do, that's going to be pretty much the end of this Let's Play. I was really hoping to be able to beat this game, and these boulders are giving me a hell of a time. And that would be a really crappy way to end this first episode in this Let's Play marathon. Either way, you guys have plenty of content coming along the way for the month of July. I really don't remember this section being such a pain. It's horrible. Look, more health that I don't really need. I need extra lives now. It's like, give me some more extra lives. I wonder if you can go back and I wonder if some of the extra lives reappear if you get through them. Well, let's see if we can get through this boss without doing too bad. Oh, I totally forgot how to beat this guy. Okay. I think we just attack him. And... okay, that's basically it. Okay, I thought he was going to do something special. You see, this attack is really powerful. I hope it just ends me at the bottom, because I don't want to have to go through those boulders again. Thou canst hast the power of a blah, what? Speak in English, please. Okay, so this is the one where you can, if you just hold upwards and diagonally as you're going forward, you just keep swiping back and forth like this. So thou is now a berserker, or something like that. Let's go to this top place. Did we already go to this top place? I don't know if I like what I'm seeing here. This could potentially mean more boulders and crap. I really hope there are no more boulders. God damn it. What the hell, man? I didn't even mean to do that. Stupid game. Ah! So everyone, sorry for not completing this game. I was actually expecting to finish this game, and it's actually the reason why I, well, chose this one to be my first video in this Let's Play series. So, but sort of as I mentioned earlier, I don't make any guarantees for completing any of these games, unlike my Castlevania Let's Play Marathon. I'm familiar with a lot of these games, but I'm not nearly as well practiced as I am with a lot of the NES games and so forth, and this Let's Play was really... it was kind of interesting how I just lost all my lives almost right away, and that's never actually happened to me before when I played this game. I played this game a bit over the years, here and there, on and off, and I've never died or lost all my lives so quickly. So that was really odd, but it goes to show how if you're not extremely precise with this game, if you don't have an idea of what's coming up with you, or what's coming up in the game, like that section with just tons of boulders, it can get tough really fast, and you can get punished really fast. The fortunate thing, though, is that it doesn't take that long to get back through the game. if you know how to get through the stages. If you go through the levels without going for all the power-ups or trying to beat all the bosses, because you don't have to beat all the bosses, you know, you can actually get through the game fairly quickly. So in a way, it's a little like, what are some other games that are in this vein that don't have continues? There's got to be some games on the NES, and obviously a lot of them on Master System out there, like Black Belt, which is a challenging game, and that will be coming later in this marathon. But anyway, guys, sorry about that, but I don't want to set a negative tone for the rest of this Let's Play Marathon series, so I will be back very shortly with some more Sega Master System Let's Plays, and expect a lot of Master System Let's Plays for all of July 2014. But with that, guys, I will be back with some more videos very soon in this marathon, so definitely stay tuned. Until then, guys, take care.